Sawasdee krap and welcome to Thailand News Today. A new week and a very busy week. Tomorrow actually is the 4th anniversary since the sad passing of King Bhumibol Adulyadej. On Wednesday they've got the protests lined up at the Democracy Monument. Quite a few things happening in the background leading up to that protest. We'll actually have somebody on site, so we'll be bringing you all the latest information. That's coming up on Wednesday. Could go on until the end of the week. But for now, let's check today's main news stories. Human rights lawyer and political activist Arnon Nampa says they're in it for the long haul as they seek to oust the Thai government. The leader of the People's Group, formerly the Free People Movement, says protesters will gather at Bangkok's Democracy Monument this Wednesday before proceeding to, as they say, surround Government House. There, he says, they'll set up camp, possibly for at least a month, to maintain pressure on PM Prayut Chan-o-cha to resign. There's been no response from government officials or police about the group's proposed camping campaign. Speaking at another anti-government rally in the northeast province of Nakhon Ratchasima over the weekend, Arnon said his group's finances are now strong enough to support a sustained gathering at Government House. Meanwhile, Thammasat University students are asking that classes be cancelled for 3 days so students can take part in the rallies. Now to today's main story. This one keeps re-emerging. A senior government spokesperson today has brought up the idea of a land bridge which would join the areas between Ranong and Chumphon. The project would connect the Gulf of Thailand directly with the Andaman Sea to better connect Middle Eastern and European oil producers and trade with importers and manufacturers in Japan, South Korea and China. Currently, shipping from the two parts of the world needs to detour down the Malacca Straits and swing around Singapore before continuing their journeys northward again. The land bridge would provide a more direct route but needs infrastructure for cargo to pass across the Malay Peninsula, also known as the Isthmus of Kra. The land bridge would consist of a 130-kilometre motorway and a 2-track railway between the provinces of Chumphon and Ranong. These would connect deep-sea ports in both the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman Sea, reducing the current shipping travel time via Singapore by 2 days. The land bridge is a replacement proposal for the much-discussed Kra Canal, which would have seen a canal cutting across the peninsula from around Krabi to the Gulf of Thailand, much like the Panama Canal. All this comes about as a new project called the Thai Bridge is being proposed, a 900 billion baht project which would link Pattaya to Hua Hin across the Gulf of Thailand. The bridge would join other Eastern Economic Corridor mega projects like the high-speed rail link that would link the major airports in Bangkok, Don Muang and Suvarnabhumi and Utapao Airport south of Pattaya. The around 100-kilometre bridge would connect Pattaya, actually likely to be just south of Pattaya in Sattahip, to Hua Hin, and would more broadly connect Chonburi to many provinces in the south. A 63-year-old Chiang Mai woman's been arrested for allegedly hiring a hitman to kill her husband because she wanted to collect the insurance. The woman's also being investigated for her alleged involvement in 6 other possible murders after a number of people died after being poisoned, and the same woman received payments from their life insurance policies as well. Sort of incriminating evidence, really. Police say that the woman's 58-year-old deceased husband was killed last week. His neck and face had been slashed. The alleged hitman, a 48-year-old, has confessed to the murder. Now the woman has confessed to police she didn't want her ex-husband to die, she just wanted him to be hurt really bad. Another 6 men have been poisoned where the same woman was listed as a beneficiary for the deceased men's life insurance policies. And a Thai woman's been arrested after allegedly promising 500 Burmese migrants that she could process their visas to extend their stay in Thailand. After collecting a total of more than 6 million baht from the workers for her apparent services, the more than 500 workers filed a report with police after the woman allegedly falsely advertised that she could issue the Burmese migrants new passports and visa extensions. The Burmese workers paid nearly 20,000 baht for the services, according to Thai media. The hundreds of workers say their visas were not extended and they didn't receive their new passports. The woman's husband is actually a police officer, but she maintains that he had nothing to do with his wife's alleged crimes. And Thailand's long-suffering national airline is trying to cut its costs even further by offering early retirement or unpaid leave to the remaining staff. The national airline's acting president says 80% of the airline's employees have agreed to salary cuts and unpaid leave, adding that their support means the company can survive until the end of the year. However, he points out that without taking further steps, the airline's unlikely to survive 2021, particularly with the COVID-19 pandemic showing no signs of abating. And a broken railway crossing signal is being blamed for the fatal collision between a freight train and a bus yesterday. The incident killed 18 bus passengers and injured another 44. Officials from the department, as well as the State Railway of Thailand governor, visited the site this morning after the accident. The bus was carrying dozens of factory workers to a Buddhist merit-making ceremony when it crossed the railway track and was struck by the freight train. The bus was found overturned, laying on its side, with part of the roof ripped off. And dramatic footage there from the scene of yesterday's shocking collision. 18 people dead and 44 injured. We believe that 18 of those people have now left hospital. Well, that's all the news from Thailand News Today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tomorrow, a public holiday around Thailand, and then Wednesday, the start of the next round of protests, which will be centred around the Democracy Monument. For now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.